Welcome to the Not Your Typical Agent podcast, helping guide you through all things real estate. My name is Jay Caracci. I am a licensed real estate broker in the state of Illinois. Let's get started. So I was reading an interesting article today, and it's titled 6 Surprising Things You Didn't Know About HGTV's House Hunters. And before we begin, I just want to know, this comes up every single time with most first-time buyers, is on the pre-tour consultation, kind of discuss what they're looking for in a new home. I always use an analogy with them that don't expect this to be like the house hunter mentality. We're not going to look at 3 houses and you're going to immediately fall in love with one that you love and you're going to buy. It's happened before. Don't get me wrong. It's happened a few times with buyers that they found the one they wanted on their first trip out. But most of the time, it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 25 plus tours where we go look at homes on a Saturday or a weeknight and until we find the one, which it makes a ton of sense. I mean, this is a huge financial commitment, and you want to make sure that they're sure that it's the right house for them. So I just like to put that up front, that to set expectations that the house hunter mentality, it's TV. So the article was posted by thisinsider.com back in late June of 2000. The article starts, it says, if you're totally obsessed with HGTV's House Hunters, you're not the only one. Even if you're not thinking about buying a house yourself, there's something so fun about watching other people do it and talk about what changes they'd like to make once they move in. So here is one of the surprising thing number 1. It says the home buyers have usually already picked out their new house. It says, according to a statement from HGTV released to Entertainment Weekly in 2012, the people who are chosen to be on House Hunters are usually pretty far along in the home buying process, sometimes so far along that they have already closed on their new house. It goes on to say, to maximize production time, we seek out families who are already pretty far along in the process. Often everything moves much more quickly than we can anticipate, so we go back and revisit some of the houses the family has already seen, and we capture their authentic reactions. I don't know how authentic it would be if they've already experienced it, but it's TV, folks. I mean, that's just how it is. They're trying to put a 2 to 3 month process into a 30-minute episode that's neatly wrapped around roughly 10 minutes of commercials. So in 20 minutes, you're seeing them go through 3 homes and they pick one, just the one. It says it's definitely disappointing to find out that we weren't always watching people shop for their new home for the first time, but considering the realities of filming a 30-minute reality show, it does make sense. Which, I mean, of course, we're not going to, blame them for that. But it's not real, folks. It's TV. All right, it says, it's really hard to be chosen to appear on House Hunters. It says, considering it's such a popular show, it's no surprise to be cast in the show is usually a pretty big long shot, according to Mental Floss. Between 100 to 200 people apply to be on the show every week. So if you're hoping to search for the perfect house on HGTV, your chances are pretty slim. For a nationally televised show, that makes a ton of sense. I mean, it's not, you're going to send the director of HGTV an email and they're going to say, it's you. It just doesn't happen that way. It says, if you are picked, you'll be paid for appearing on the show. Unfortunately, that payment is only about $500 for the week of filming, which isn't that much. It's not just a monetary prize, acts of incentive for you going on House Hunters, which, they're making a ton of money. I mean, they do about 3.5 minutes of commercials 4 to 5 times an episode. The production cost on this show has got to be extremely low. They don't have to pay actors. They don't have any stars, inflated salaries, or anything like that. So HGTV has a good gig going, and it's a win-win. I mean, the clients are happy they're on TV, they can show friends, and they get $500, cherry on top. It says, even though some of the show is staged, most of it is real. If you're feeling bummed about the fact that many homes aren't already purchased before filming, don't be. According to House Hunters International, Our story on how we decided to come to Fiji and why we were leaving was all real. They use all our actual houses, likes and dislikes, all of our actual concerns and actual disagreements that we were used in the show. So I guess they're saying that they're not hiring actors, that it's a genuine reaction, that, let's be honest, I don't know how genuine anybody's being with a camera in their face. It's a nice genuine. So it's TV genuine, we'll just say that. It says, some of the houses the hunters look at aren't apparently even for sale. In 2012, Bobby Jensen, who was on the show, told Hooked on Houses that it was her responsibility to find homes to look for. And when the situation got dire, she forced to ask her friends if she could pretend to look at their houses on camera. And they weren't even selling them. Quote, the ones we looked at weren't even for sale, she said. They were just our two friends' houses who were nice enough to madly clean for days in preparation for the cameras. That is great. So a lot of the houses aren't even for sale. So I hope they did not offend their friends when they went through and disagreed with some of their decorating choices. And that's pretty much it. They say that, I don't know if this means anything, but Andromeda Dunker is the voice behind all the narration. Wonder who was the voice given all the vital information about the house in question. That's Andromeda Dunker, who wasn't until last year she was willing to give an interview about her role in House Hunters after narrating thousands of episodes since 2009. A lot of times, if I'm just doing a commercial for a fast food chain or something, I've wondered in the past what I'm contributing to society, she told the site. But with House Hunters, people seem to like it so much, and it makes them happy, and makes them soothe and go to sleep or whatever. That feels good. It feels good, like it's useful. Great quote. So this is it. The truth behind House Hunters, how true it really is, it's up to you. But it's definitely entertaining. I watch it myself, especially when they're in the Chicagoland area, to see if it's any listings that I've been to or if I know the brokers that are on the TV show. The great thing about House Hunters is I feel it's so cleverly edited that my wife and I will usually take wagers on which house they're going to pick. And it seems to me, as a professional real estate broker, that they never picked the right one, which I guess makes sense because a lot of those houses weren't for sale. The no-brainer of their tour is probably just their friend's house that got a better deal than they did. So that's House Hunters, folks, the magic of TV. And I figure a lot of people were curious, as I was always curious, knowing that it was mostly fake. But it's cool to know. So again, thanks for listening and happy house hunting.